This is the Great Orme Walk. Okay, so a little introduction. I'm Ryan.
I'm May, and this is Bella.
Say hello, Bella.
Hello.
Bella. Nope, she couldn't care less. So we are regular hikers, and today we are going to walk the Great Orme. It's an 8.5 kilometre route, and I've done this many times. I normally walk this anti-clockwise, but today I'm going to walk it clockwise, starting with the walk from the Stella past Haulfre Gardens and down to West Shore. So come along. First thing you will see is the famous Llandudno Great Orme tram station. From here you can ride up to the top of the Orme, but I will show you more about this later in the video. For now, you will follow the signs for the Haulfre Gardens, where you will see the plaque for the Alice in Wonderland trail. Wow, look at the sun rising just behind me there. So we just walked past Tweedledee and Tweedledum. That is obviously from the film Alice in Wonderland, or the book, whichever you may know first. And this is part of the Alice in Wonderland trail that walks through Llandudno. And it's famous for the real Alice used to actually come here on holiday with her family. So Lewis Carroll wrote the book, and he used to come here on holiday and was good friends with Alice Liddell's family, the Liddell family. And so he based the whole book on her. How amazing is that? Well, despite it being forecast as a clear day, this is what we've got. This is West Shore Beach. Oh no. If you have got a dog with you on this trail, just let you know, there are wild stock. So make sure you bring your lead. Always have your lead with you. There's cute little lambs. This is West Shore Beach. It's the sandier of the two shores in Llandudno. It's, for me, probably the better one actually. I prefer it. It's a great place for sunsets. It's got amazing views of Conwy Mountain, which is just over there in the shadows. You can't quite see it. But Conwy Mountain is another beautiful hike that you should definitely do while you're in the area. It's got wild horses. It's got beautiful views of Anglesey. It's a lovely place. Oh, we've just been greeted by a little goat. Oh, it's gone. Some parts of the West Shore Beach is dog friendly all year round, with only the exception of the parts between the two stone groins, which is restricted from May to September. One thing you should know about Llandudno is these are the famous goats that live here. Now, they are from India. They were given as a present to the Queen, and since lockdown, they now just wander the streets.
Yeah,
it's actually quite surprising to see them here on the Orme and on the cliffs, but you can find them wandering through people's gardens and eating bushes. Okay, so today we are walking around the road that goes around the Great Orme. It was built in 1878. We are walking this clockwise, which you can walk this anyway, but to drive it you have to drive anti-clockwise. So just let that be known. Just tell me what you were saying again there, May, please.
I said there's a couple of routes that you can take on like the Great Orme. There's a couple that go like up to the top, but we prefer doing the road one just because Bella's getting a little bit old too. So it's a little more friendly on her legs. It's more pram friendly because it's pavement. It's wheelchair friendly. So it just makes it a little bit nicer than kind of heading up this way.
It didn't take long for us to find sheep and goats in people's gardens. And despite all these fences, all the way along, kind of a goat in this person's garden.
So big, so I bet they just go for so much money because the house is like, I mean the house is huge, but the houses might not be like as big as some others, but because you are on Millionaires Row, yeah. It's like, wow, you have made it.
Is anybody else's partner just look up other people's houses and see how much they cost and have a little nosy in, even though we'll never live in there, nor will we ever be buying it. This is the view from behind Millionaires Row, and you can see why. Look at this incredible location they have right on the edge of the Great Orme, looking over Conwy Mountain. Yeah. Okay, Bella, so what you're looking at down there is the World War II Gunnery School. Yeah, you like that? Hopefully you guys are a bit more interested than Bella. So that is the World War II Gunnery School. It was built in the early Second World War for the training of the cadets for sea defence. You can see the turrets that are still intact down here on the coast. It's a beautiful spot to watch the sunset and only a slight detour off the main road. One thing that this road is definitely famous for is the World Rally Championships. It's been held here a number of times now for these curves and bends that go around the cliffs and the sheer drops. So it's definitely worth coming up if ever they have the rally on again. This here is the Rest and Be Thankful. It's a cafe that's been built since 2001. It was originally just a little shack. It was like a wind shelter and marks the halfway point of the walk, which is also a great time to tell you about the other parts of the Orme. As I mentioned earlier, you can take the tram up to the top of the Great Orme, and it is also dog friendly. Bella is in her element enjoying a relaxing ride up the Great Orme. Halfway up there is a transfer station. You can also stop here to visit the 3300 BC copper mine, which is definitely worth visiting and is also dog friendly. At the top you can enjoy the views looking over Conwy mountain and even enjoy an ice cream at the cafe. Now back to our walk, and we're beginning our descent down to Llandudno Pier. Now as I mentioned at the start, you can walk clockwise or anti-clockwise, and it's good for two different reasons. One, you get the sunrise from going clockwise, and two, you get the sunset from going anti-clockwise. So it's really nice to do it in whichever way you go. So right now we are on our way down and we have the sun shining away right there. So it's going to be just over the pier as we go along. So this road was built in 1872 for around £14,000, that massive sum, and it wasn't finished by the original contractors, so it was taken over part way through and was finished in 1878. If you ever come here in the car, this is one of my favourite roads. The whole road itself is quite nice to do, but if you ever come from the middle bit, this here is the zigzag road. The walk begins to flatten out and gives you a better view of the sheer cliff faces that meet the water's edge. Follow this for a short while till you reach what is called Pigeons Cove. It is here where you can look over the wall to see the grey seals resting on the shore. The seals can be here all year round, but the numbers increase dramatically during molting season from January to April and in pupping season from September to December. These places are protected and must be respected when you come to visit. Please keep your distance and stay behind the walls as not to scare the seals. This is Llandudno Pier. It sits 700 metres out into the water. It was built from 1876 to 1878. It sits beautifully in front of the Little Orme, which is another great hike that you should definitely do while you're here, and the classic Victorian seafront. Llandudno is known for its grand seafront with the Victorian architecture that takes you back in time. It carries on through to the pier where you can find fairground rides for the children and cute shops for your souvenirs. Llandudno hosts many great events throughout the year and is always full of surprises. You won't have trouble finding plenty to do with your time here. And there we go, we are back. We are back at the Stella. It is such an easy hike to do. It took us a little over 2 hours with a few stops along the way for seeing the wildlife and things. But it is so worth doing. We did it for sunrise, but it's amazing whichever way you do it. A bright sunny day or sunset, definitely something you should add to your schedule while you're here.